Positively Muskegon, Andy O'Reilly today down in the beautiful Hackley Park. And you know that face because she's just been, just a couple of days.
Yeah, just a couple
Delaina
days
Peters
ago.
is back. And this time we talked Hillbilly River Run,
Yeah.
which is going to be a great event.
Cystic fibrosis fundraiser, yeah.
Big, exciting things. You know, when I came into that interview, I thought to myself, they've got to be talking about a motorcycle run.
Yep.
I had no
Everybody
idea
hears poker and they think motorcycles, yeah.
But it's a river float.
It's a river float.
Also coming up that weekend, though, it's a big homecoming because
Big homecoming.
Marty Wills is coming home.
Marty Wills, yeah, he is a serviceman, actually retired vet now.
Yep.
Spent most of his adult life. He spent in 2 different.
Yeah, he did some time in the Navy. He did some time in the Army, if I'm not mistaken.
2 different services. He spent 10 years in the Army and like 13 and a half years in the Navy as a corpsman.
Okay.
And the project of Walking for Warriors is what Marty's all about. Marty set out, because being a corpsman, he got to see firsthand the effects of what war does to our service people.
It's tough.
It's very tough. And one of the biggest things that's a taboo that people don't like to talk about is post-traumatic stress.
Yeah.
It does a big number on a lot of great people,
Sure.
and they don't know where to go or how to handle it.
And how to turn to it. And you know, this is something that, and I'm glad that it is coming out over time, because as you look back to, oh, I almost got away from us, didn't it?
Yeah.
As you look back to things like World War II and then my dad's era of Vietnam and things like that, these are
Shell
things
shock.
that just don't get talked about.
Right. They were called shell shock and everything
Shell
else.
shock,
back
whatever. I mean, and my dad, you know, I think I've maybe gotten 2 stories out of him about his time in Vietnam. And you know, I don't think he saw an awful lot of action. He saw some stuff from the ship he was on.
Right, right.
But it's just, times are changing, and people are starting to talk and wonder where they turn.
And the sad part about this awareness is what brings us to the main story.
Yeah.
The main story is a global movement.
Yep.
It's 22 a day suicides that happen to our veterans that can't get the help or the understanding with their PTS.
And this is part of the push-up challenge as well. That I mean, we had the
Correct.
bucket challenge, and then we had the push-up challenge that went around. And
Correct.
these are great ways to get some awareness out.
Yeah.
But there's a big story.
Yep. And what Marty did is he set out to go from his hometown here, Muskegon / Fruitport, where Marty lives. He walked all the way to Camp Lejeune, North Carolina.
I've been there. That's a long way.
It's a roughly 1,060 miles that he did on foot, except of course, you know, getting a night to sleep. But you know, every step he made was not in a vehicle; it was by foot, and his feet are tore up.
You think?
Now, as of today, August 4th,
Yep.
Marty started this morning with 19 miles to go, and we are happy to report that he made it. He didn't quite get his goal on his GoFundMe page, and the project that he's doing of raising the money.
Yep.
The money is going to the local families
Okay.
who need the help and the awareness for our VAs to get these people in. Just last week, a 33-year-old took his life because he couldn't get into the VA that he so badly needed with his PTS problems. So he left behind a wife and kids, and this is something that Marty feels strongly that, you know, needs to be brought up. And the goal of this money was $10K.
Yeah.
Marty has just fallen short of $5,800. So next Saturday we're doing a Warrior Welcome Hero / event.
Okay.
VFW.
Out on Apple.
No, 165 South Getty.
Okay, on
right
Getty.
next to
All
Pat's Roadhouse.
Yep.
Great place to come. The veterans will, you know, definitely support it because this is all veteran based.
Yep.
But what it is the best way to describe it is we want it kind of like a backyard party.
Yep.
It's a potluck. We want people to feel welcome to bring a dish to pass, bring their stories, bring whatever. Come greet Marty, tell him what a good job, raise some money, hopefully get him to that 10K mark.
Get him to that 10K mark.
Yeah, yeah. He has done so much for this cause.
Yeah.
You don't know how to thank him.
Yeah, that's an incredible endeavor to take off and walk that long, and I can only imagine what his feet must feel like.
And unfortunately, you know, we don't want to scare anybody. Marty's fine, but his feet are at the hospital right now being looked at for his blisters and you know.
I'm at the hospital every 3 weeks to get my feet looked at.
Yeah.
You know, so I know what he's going through.
Right, probably for a different reason.
Well,
but,
no,
you know.
I'm just old and I'm falling apart, and that's why my feet got to get looked at.
I'm still older than you.
Yeah, true. But this 22 kill thing has been an incredible push, and we've seen all the push-up challenges online, and Marty took it a step further and made this walk down to Lejeune.
Yeah.
all to raise some awareness. Ned, was he visited by local TV stations and things all the way through?
Not only that, but local veterans that saw when he was near their town. You figure Marty left Michigan,
Yep.
went through Ohio, West Virginia.
Yep.
He took a stop at DC, so
Yep.
he got to be there for a while. He met some other people doing fundraisings along with the First Lady's fat program with the kids,
Okay.
the food and all that nutrition.
Yep.
He met some great people with that. He met some other people walking. There was another walk only 13 miles out of Grand Rapids that they did for the VAs.
Yep.
But this is for us here in our town.
It's important.
Have you heard of anything for PTSD in Muskegon?
No, you have now.
You have now, thanks
That's
to
the way it
Marty.
works, yeah.
And hopefully thanks to all the great people in Muskegon that
Yeah.
will join Ann Herrick. She's the one that's kind of been thrown in the spotlight for this. Unfortunately, Ann couldn't be here. She couldn't get out of work, so that's why I'm taking her spot. To get this, if you want to help, donate your time,
Yep.
food, prizes for raffles, or just to come make a donation for Marty's cause.
Sure.
You can give Ann a call. Andy will put her number out
Yeah,
there.
it's 231-629-5640, but we'll put that on the blog as well. So if you want to be a part, or maybe even make a donation. If you're a company out there that sees that this thing has gone on, or a healthcare endeavor, that type thing, this is all
Want to
essential
offer their
stuff.
services that
Yeah.
next Saturday for people. I mean, I know it's a good thing for like the blood mobile if they want to do blood pressures and all that stuff. They can.
Yep.
Anybody that's in tune
Anybody that
with
wants
any
to
of
come
that,
out.
it'd be a great thing again at the VFW on Getty here in Muskegon.
Okay.
But I also want to touch a little bit more on the 22 mission.
Yep.
These guys with their global event, you and I that aren't veterans, we can be a member of this movement
Okay.
and actually make a difference. They have different programs that you can share with your people on your site, but they have different.
Yeah, we'll put a link up to all of their stuff.
But
yeah.
they have different levels about being supporters,
Yep.
all the way to doing battle buddies, which is really kind of cool. There are 5 different levels that you can register.
Okay.
You can do events raising money for their programs.
Okay.
And you can just be a phone person. They need all the phone help they can get. They have different links that people can get help.
Just somebody to talk to.
Just somebody to talk to. And
Yeah.
for people that don't understand, post-traumatic stress is something that is very hard to talk about.
Yeah.
But it's a lot easier to talk to a stranger than it is talking to a loved one.
Sure.
And
Well, you don't
that's
want to come
some-
across as weak. You don't want to
And
come
that's-
across as
Yeah.
not that foundational rock of the family. You
Right,
know?
and that's something that it needs to be pushed forward about, is get out there and ask for help.
Yeah. Perfect. We'll put all the links here on Positively Muskegon. Your work never ends. You're always finding something to do and something to benefit and some way to make Muskegon better. And
I have to.
you're one of the people I applaud.
I
really
love
do.
my town, and there's nothing nobody can change about it. Of all the bad things, I'm going to find one good thing out of it.
You're one of them.
Thanks, Andy.
Delaina Peters. We'll have all the details right here. It's Saturday. What time does it get underway?
This event is at 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock?
Yeah.
At the VFW on Getty, right by Pat's and Sprague's and everybody out there. So make sure you stop out next Saturday and be a part of this great event. Welcome home, Marty, and congratulate him on his great walk and his great awareness. And let's get him over that $10,000 mark.
Amen.
Delaina Peters, thanks for coming
Thanks.
on.